Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm back. This is Spoon. I'm going by the name of Spoon Man on this video.
And I'm Albatross.
Yeah, this guy. And like I said, this is pretty much a follow-up to the Fury video. I brought this guy along with me because he knows a lot more about the prop tree than I do. So we're going to talk a little bit about the prop tree. So
yeah,
go ahead.
This is we're using Spoon Man's Warrior as a dummy right now because, like he said, he likes to chill in friggin' Fury. So I'm using his off-spec prot tree to kind of show you guys my build, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the talents.
I don't want to hear any shit about my gear. I'm in 346. I haven't had a chance to level up my level up in 353.
Yeah, like we said, it is an off spec, so I don't want to hear from all you elitist jerks out there about
I don't feed trolls.
Yeah, but I don't want to see all you trolls showing up to try to friggin' snap at him. All right, so yeah, this is Ambassador Evil Hero. I know it's kind of a gay name, but yeah, that's his behind right there. Yep.
It's my 353 sword.
Woo! All right.
Can you believe that they actually have a dagger that looks exactly like the fucking sword? Like, go to view summaries. We'll talk a little bit about that.
All right, yeah. So these are your trees for a warrior. You got over here. You got protection, which is the tanking tree. Over here, you got Fury, which is a DPS tree, and Arms, which is an additional DPS tree. Arms is a little, I would say, a little bit more focused towards PvP, yeah. And Fury is, I would say, a little bit better for PvE DPSing. All right, so we're gonna talk about the abilities, or we're gonna go into your talent trees. Alright, so here basically I'm just going to go over the talents, and then we're going to build up the ladder until we get down here to friggin' the final ability and then the additional abilities from the other trees. Alright, so yep. First one you got is Insight, which increases the critical strike chance of your heroic strike by 5% and gives your heroic strike a 33% chance to cause the next heroic strike to also be a critical strike. These guaranteed criticals cannot re-trigger the Insight effect. Second one is Toughness, increases your armor value from items by 3%. And third one is Blood and Thunder. When you thunderclap a target affected by your rend, you have a 50% chance to affect every target with rend. Alright, so
you could take Insight for a freaking prot warrior, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, Insight. The reason I don't go with Insight is because it solely affects Heroic Strike, and as a Protection Warrior, I don't really use Heroic Strike that much because it has a high rage value. I think it's like 30 rage gets eaten up by a Heroic Strike, and it's only a single target ability, so it's pretty much like a rage waster, which well, I don't really like doing.
If you think about it, I think Heroic Strike. Actually, mouse over this spell real quick. It's in the it's on like number 8 on the keyboard. What? Like go down there. Like good attack for when. Well, I remember back when the description used to say generates a high amount of threat, but it doesn't say that. But then again.
Yeah. So what I do is for the first tier of abilities, I go 3 in Toughness and 2 in Blood and Thunder, and what that does is friggin' it gets you all the way up to armor value is increased by 10%, and then for Blood and Thunder is when you thunderclap, every mob in your the radius of your thunderclap is going to be infected with rend, which is a damage over time bleed effect.
The last I checked, more damage over time spells were good.
Yep, the more damage you got going at one time, the better it is. And plus, when you infect a whole group of mobs with bleed, they hate you a little bit more. So you get a good amount of
they get slightly pissed at you.
They don't like that. They don't seem to like it too much. All right, so your next little tier here has got Shield Specialization, Shield Mastery, Hold the Line, and Gag Order. Friggin' Shield specialization is you generate 5 extra rage when you block an attack. You generate 20 extra rage when you spell reflect a magic attack. Shield mastery, what it does is it reduces the cooldown of your shield block by 10 seconds, your shield wall by 60 seconds, and causes your shield block to also reduce magic damage taken by 7% for 6 seconds. Hold the line improves your critical strike and critical block chance by 10% for 5 seconds following a successful parry. And then Gag Order gives you pummel and heroic throw, gives your pummel and heroic throw a 50% chance to silence the target for 3 seconds. Also lowers the cooldown on heroic throw by 15 seconds.
So 2 points in there. We'll put it as put it at 100%. So
yeah. So for all these, what I do is I only put 1 point and hold the line, and that is to save me some additional points later for my other trees. Even though some of the abilities over here aren't in the protection tree, they're pretty useful. So I'm saving points right now to put over there for later. So I'm only going to put 1 point into my hold the line, and then I'm just going to fill out the rest.
Yeah, shield specialization would be good because you have more rage to play around with, so you got more rage to spam the shit out of Thunderclap and devastate.
So shield specialization is brought up to 15 extra rage. Shield mastery is the cooldown's reduced by 30 seconds. Shield wall is by 180 seconds, which damn, that's like a minute and a half. And then
I think it's like a 10-minute spell, a 10-minute cooldown before.
Gag Order now has 100% chance to silence.
Oh, good job.
That was a key.
Knocked over my fucking keyboard.
That was a keyboard falling.
You're fucking up my shit. Oh. Showing off my crappy griffin too.
It's not. Don't worry about your griffin. All right. So for our next tier here,
tier 3.
We got the 3rd tier. We got Last Stand, Concussion Blow, Bastion of Defense, and Warbringer. And let's see what they do. Friggin', this looks like a 1 point thingy. So
1 point thingy. It's a fucking tree spell.
Yeah, whatever. Alright, so Last Stand temporarily grants you 30% of your maximum health for 20 seconds. After the effect expires, the health is lost. Concussion Blow stuns the opponent for 5 seconds and deals 5392 damage based on power. Alright, Bastion of Defense reduces the chance you'll be critically hit by melee attacks by 3% when in defensive stance. In addition, when you block, dodge, or parry an attack, you have a 10% chance to become enraged, increasing physical damage done by 5% for 12 seconds. And Warbringer, your charge, intercept, and intervene abilities are now usable while in combat and in any stance. In addition, your intervene ability will remove all movement and parrying effects. Alright, so for this one,
I wouldn't know about putting a point in Warbringer. I mean, it's only 1 point, but still.
This is where is Warbringer?
Right there.
The reason this is useful is you can use charge during a battle.
Your intervene ability will now remove all movement and parry. I can see that being useful then.
Well, that's just for intervene though, but it's saying charge, intercept, and intervene are now usable while in combat. So like when I'm in combat and if I have a person in my group is being attacked over somewhere by a mob, I can charge that guy, rush over there, stun him, and start attacking and already have that rage. Whereas before, you can't use the ability while in battle. So that's why...
That's pretty cool.
That's why I think Warbringer is a good one. This is another tier where we're just going to put all points across the board. So you get 1 in Last Stand, 1 in Concussion Blow, 2 in Bastion of Defense, and 1 in Warbringer.
Actually, along with Last Stand, there was an ability added as a 4.1. I forgot what it's called, Rallying Cry. Click my Berserker stance thing right on the... No, my stance. Yeah, right there. Where is it? Rallying Cry. There's a spell that was added for warriors. It's called Rallying Cry.
Stop.
Maybe it's only for Fury Warriors then.
Yeah, you're in the prot spec. We'll come back to that later.
Okay. All right. On with the prop tree shit.
Alright, so for this next one, you got Improved Revenge, Devastate, and Impending Victory. Impending Victory, we're not going to give any points to that shit because it's gay. It's gayer than Elton John and Michael Jackson's children that they had together. So we're not even going to use it. It's friggin' it. The reason that Impending Victory isn't cool is because friggin' it's dependent on Devastate. First of all, you have to have Devastate up on your target, and it has to have 20% health or less, and then it's a quarter, 25% chance, so it's a 1 in 4 chance to allow the use of Victory Rush. So I mean, Victory Rush is already one of those abilities that doesn't get used very much anyway, especially by tanks. So I mean, you're telling me that I'm gonna have a 1 in 4 chance to use it if I have Devastate up on a guy with 20% health. So that just, it's not worth it to me.
The Impending Victory talent, I think, is bullshit. But the spell itself, Victory Rush, is good for like Fury and Arms, and sometimes for prot and some. I'm not
saying it's a bad ability.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't use it very much as a protection warrior. So I'm just going to leave that one blank, and we're going to go over to Improved Revenge, which increases the damage of your revenge ability by 30% and causes revenge to strike an additional target for 50% damage. So we're going to fucking load that one out, and now it does 60. And then Devastate. We're going to do Devastate, and what Devastate does is it's an attack that causes weapons damage, and it also stacks Sunder Armor for up to 3 stacks. So it's less than the Sunder Armor ability, because Sunder Armor can stack up to 5 times, but
I don't think so anymore. I think Sunder Armor can only do the 3. So I think Sunder Armor takes away 4% altogether with each one.
Where's your Sunder Armor ability?
It's right next to my taunt.
I think it can stack 5 times.
Well, actually, let's check real quick. Attack one of the dummies. Like, exit out of the tree real quick.
Alright, we're gonna do some testing.
I need to get closer.
How do I get him off here? Where's your griffin? Alright.
So yeah, just attack it.
Not enough
And
rage.
we're just gonna... Yeah, you're gonna need to do that.
Need more rage.
Not enough rage.
Alright, we're just gonna let some rage build up for now.
Otherwise, the rest of these other fuckers attack the exact same thing. Alright, I'm gonna use it. There's 2. There's 3. Yeah, it only stacks up 3 times. Yeah, they changed. I know what you're talking about. Like back in BC, I think
it was still in Wrath.
There was still 5 stacks, and I think it would take like 20% armor away. But yeah, it only does. It does each time you use Sunder Armor, it takes away 4% with a maximum of 12. So you use Devastate fucking 3 times, and you can you automatically have the stacking Sunder ability. Where are you going?
Wherever.
Wherever.
We're gonna go to church.
We're gonna go to fucking church.
Yep.
And discuss the rest of the prot tree abilities.
We're gonna discuss the prot abilities within the hallowed grounds of
the hallowed grounds of fucking Stormwind Citadel.
And
you're stuck on nothing.
We're gonna have lag.
We're gonna have lag. Oh look, somebody AFK. You should kneel in front of the platform so it looks like you're praying.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. On with the tree. Alright.
Forgive me, Father.
Alright, so now we got 2 points in Revenge, 2 points in Devastate. Alright.